like, and subscribe if you believe that abundance is your birthright and shame has no power over you anymore. This story begins with a man named Daniel, a quiet soul who worked tirelessly every day, but always felt unworthy whenever he thought about wealth, success, or blessings. Growing up, Daniel had been told things like, "Money is the root of all evil," or "You should be happy with less." So, even when opportunities came his way, he pushed them aside, secretly believing he didn't deserve more. Each night, Daniel prayed not for riches but for just enough strength to survive another day. But deep inside, he was exhausted from surviving and longed for thriving. He wanted abundance, not only financial but also in health, relationships, and peace. Yet every time he reached for it, shame whispered, "You're greedy. You're asking for too much. God won't bless you because you're not holy enough." These thoughts chained Daniel, making him feel small in a world created by a limitless God. But what if abundance was not something to be ashamed of, but something to be embraced? What if prayer could be the key that unlocked his courage to receive without guilt? One evening, sitting in his small rented room with bills piled on the table, Daniel whispered a new kind of prayer. "Lord, teach me how to desire abundance without shame. Let me walk in blessings without guilt. Let me live fully without fear." For the first time, he didn't pray like a beggar knocking at a door. He prayed like a child speaking to a loving father. That night, something shifted. Daniel realized abundance wasn't about having luxury for selfish reasons, it was about having enough overflow to bless others. He began to study wisdom from the Bible and life lessons from mentors who taught that true abundance comes when we stop attaching shame to success. He wrote down affirmations each morning. "I am worthy of good things. I do not apologize for my blessings. My abundance is a testimony, not a crime." Slowly, his life began to change. He took steps to improve his skills, volunteered in his community, and stopped hiding his talents. When people complimented his progress, instead of shrinking back, he said, "Thank you. God has been good to me." And rather than feeling guilty for having more, he used it as fuel to help others have more, too. Education came alive in his heart. The lesson that abundance without shame is not selfishness, it is stewardship. The more you receive, the more you can give. And the more you give, the more joy you create in the lives of others. Daniel's story reminds us that abundance is not an enemy, and shame is not a crown you need to wear. If you are struggling today, feeling guilty for wanting more, or afraid people will judge you for dreaming big, remember this: abundance is not about greed, it's about growth. You cannot help the world by staying small, broke, or ashamed. You help the world by standing tall, by shining brightly, by showing others that it is possible to live without apology. Each morning, say a prayer for abundance without shame. God, bless me so that I may bless others. Remove the guilt from my heart and replace it with courage. Teach me to walk in freedom, wealth, and joy. Then take action, apply for that job. Start that business, heal that relationship, or write that book. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Abundance is already waiting for you to claim it. Daniel once lived in survival, but through prayer and a renewed mindset, he began to thrive. And so can you. Your abundance is not something to hide, it's something to share. So, live boldly, dream courageously, and never again apologize for receiving the blessings that are meant for you.